Let's see if this is bonded. So I detected one little issue. This side is slightly outward. When I glued it up, I guess I didn't notice it when I was trying to get up all the glue, which apparently I didn't do. I'm gonna figure out how to get that out of that corner. But the lucky thing about this side, excuse me, is the way that these are fingered. It's going to allow me to put that in there and hold it tight and glue it up and allow it to put the bend on it. So that's good. So I can throw some glue down in there and then put this in, wedge it in there. Probably put the next one in as well, and then figure out where the curve is going to be. Maybe even throw a screw in there. I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes. So we're starting to glue up, screw and glue, and start adding wood to make these curves. I didn't notice in this piece of mahogany, 10 minutes ago, I've got a huge chunk out of that. So I'm going to try and use my oscillating tool, see if that will go through it. Otherwise, I will look at other options to get through this. So I'm going to cut this back a little bit. I'd have, like on the other side, we had reverse fingers, but I didn't do that on this side. What was neat about that is it gave us, allow us to slide the next piece of wood up inside. Food for thought. If you're going to do what I'm doing, create fingers so that the middle pieces can slide up inside. Give you a mounting point. Alright, here we go. Alright, that worked out well. Looks like I got a nice straight cut. Throw the sandpaper on here a little bit. Make sure this is smooth. Adhesive back sandpaper. Put it right on your fingers. So that'll allow us to do that. Real nice fit and finish right there. So I guess I did make my cut square. That works nice. Alright. So all I'm doing right now is I'm trying to find the best pieces of wood that will fit into the position I'm trying to put them in and match up with the previous piece. And get all these glued up together. Put a clamp on that real quick. See how that looks. So that's all I'm doing now. None of that stuff is glued. And in fact, after I glue what we're looking at right here, this will be the only thing that's glued and screwed. All this will just be allowed to move naturally, thus giving me the bend that I need, allow it to work around the corners. I'm just really feeling for, make sure there's no obvious, like it's not coming down on an angle and then shooting up. I know I'm gonna have to mill. I didn't do this end piece right here because that's where my clamp was when I was planing in the last video. So I'm going to have to mill this down and think about that on my next piece to allow it to be more in line with this. Alright, that's good. So it's being held down there in place. And thus, I guess if I let this go, this is now like reverse fingers and goes exactly where I need it to. Look at that. And I'm just countersinking for the head. Just enough. That's good for where we're at. So that's the process of how I'm doing these stagger joints, and then the next ones will go over top. I could put a screw in there if I had to. Just depends on how these boards are going to bend around. Ultimately, is what I'm, you know. But yeah, that works out well. I like the countersink. Looks good. All right. And then we'll take the plane and we'll hit this, touch it all up, and then we'll route the edges. Then we'll sand it. And the process continues. So while I wait for the connection points or joints on the tow rail to dry, I've been working on doing these inlays, infills, inlays, marking them out, cutting them, sanding them. So I just did that one. Oh, no, maybe it's the wrong way. I'll say it turned out nice, which I think it did. Alright, so let's pull these out. We'll throw some glue on there.
In there, on there. Grab a paintbrush. I should get some flux brushes. That would probably work pretty darn good. These little pieces for moving glue around.
A little wedge, I want to force, trying to force that up in that, on that corner.